Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth was confronted over Donald Trump, your president, mental health as he was grilled in Congress over the president's unhinged tirades and Jesus-like complex. Yeah, fam. Check it out.
You also know on Easter Sunday, President Trump threatened to destroy Iran's bridges and power plants, writing, quote, "Open the straight, you crazy, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch." And 2 days later, President Trump wrote, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will." My office's phones have been ringing off the hook. I've heard from so many military families concerned about the president's mental fitness and whether he's fit to serve as our commander-in-chief, given that he's sending their loved ones into harm's way. Our troops, who have shown incredible bravery and tactical proficiency, deserve to know that their leaders are focused and stable. So, Mr. Secretary, you are with the president a lot, and it pains me to even have to ask this about our president, but my constituents' lives are at stake. Do you believe that the president is mentally stable enough to be the commander-in-chief?
Did you ask the same question of Joe Biden for 4 years?
Mr. Secretary, Joe Biden is not the president. Mr. Trump has been president for a year and a half, and I'm asking you
did
right
not.
now.
And I won't even engage with the level of disparagement that you're putting on the commander-in-chief, who indeed is.
Mr. Secretary,
every single day.
Mr. Secretary, Biden is not the president.
Sharpest, most insightful commander-in-chief we've had in generations. And you want to compare? You want to ask that question after you and your fellow Democrats defended Joe Biden, who could barely speak and didn't know what day of the week it was?
As you know,
This is what they do, fam. This really runs me hot. Man, take some damn accountability. Just like you take praise when you think you did something good, when something goes well, which very little has went well since Trump has retaken office. Take some damn accountability, man. All of this pointing fingers at the other guy, the previous administration, and this person, man, when are you going to say, you know what, we got that wrong? You know what, we probably just miscalculated just a bit, but we'll fix it. We'll get it right. How about some of that, man? Think about your own lives, family. Think about your life. In your life, when people have done wrong, whether it's a spouse or your child, your parent, your cousin, a friend, when they've done wrong, especially when they've wronged you, you want them to take some accountability, right? You don't want them to say, well, you didn't say that when such did this. Well, you didn't act that way. Well, what about when I did this for you? All you do is complain. And take some damn accountability, man.
Governed through an auto pen.
When
you had a Secretary of Defense who went AWOL for a week. I can't
Mr.
be gone
Secretary,
for 10 days.
I will reclaim my time.
Lady's time. She's reclaimed it.
So, as Mr. Jimenez said, we should be taking leaders at their word. So, is there a reason that we should not be taking our leader at his word?
Iran should not underestimate the will of President Trump and the United States military to achieve our mission.
Okay, well, I want you to know this is not a partisan thing. In fact, many Democrats have had, many Republicans have had these same questions. Marjorie Taylor Greene said he's out of control and he's gone insane. Candace Owens said the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, who you used to work with, Alex Jones, Stephanie Grisham, the list could go on. So how do I explain to my constituents that while they are in harm's way?
Quickly, fam. The difference between him and all of those other names that he just mentioned is that those people went rogue or got on Trump's bad side, and they had nowhere else to turn, so they had to stick to their guns at attacking. So just like Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and so many other members of his cabinet was attacking Trump before he picked them to serve in his cabinet, it's the same thing. They are loyal to him because, Hegseth is loyal to him because he's currently working with him. The moment that Hegseth gets fired, it's going to be a totally different story. He's going to go back on the attack. So it just all depends on what these people are getting. It'll determine what they're loyal to. And they are loyal to nothing but money, power, and influence. They are not loyal to people. They are loyal to money, power, and influence. And that's why Trump knew that Trump decided to make his enemies his footstool. He said, you know what? I'm going to get all of these people who've been saying all these bad things about me, and I'm going to hire them and I'll put them in these positions so that they can no longer say these bad things about me. They're going to say good things about me. And now I'm going to have power over them, and I'm going to make them kiss my ass on a daily basis. And that's exactly what's going on.
Their commander-in-chief is posting these unhinged posts.
How did you explain to your constituents what happened on October 7th, or what happened in Afghanistan, or what happened with the debacle and the withdrawal in Afghanistan, where the troops were left? How did you explain that with Joe Biden's leadership?
Mr. Secretary,
how did you explain that to the Marines that didn't get medals, that we restored their medals because of that disastrous withdrawal in Afghanistan? Did you explain that to your constituents when Joe Biden was asleep at the wheel and he had an AWOL Secretary of Defense?
How about this next post? How can I explain this next post to my constituents? I'm Jewish, so this doesn't really bother me, but my understanding is that this is quite offensive to many Christians. So how do you explain this post?
I'm not here to explain posts. We have an incredible commander-in-chief who
Mr.
puts our troops first. I'm here for a budget hearing about our troops.
This is
historic budget that's giving us a chance to defeat
Mr. Secretary,
our adversaries. And President Trump is doing that in world-class fashion.
This is about our troops.
Gentlelady has reclaimed your time, Mr. Secretary.
This is about our troops. This is about who is commanding our troops, and if our troops can trust that they are being sent into harm's way under good strategy. The mental stability of our commander-in-chief is deeply important to our troops. It's deeply important to this country.
So, salute to the independent. So, the thing is this, fam, like these congressional hearings, it's all a dog and pony show. It's cool to hear it or whatever and get them to be put on, get them put on blast and all that stuff. But these congressional hearings, 99% of the time, go nowhere. They have no effect. They don't have the power to right there on the spot, get rid of this dude. Only thing that these congressional hearings do is expose them. That's it. It exposes them. But they don't do nothing other than that. I remember when Mark Zuckerberg had his moment, and Mark Zuckerberg was just sitting there laughing the entire time. He thought it was funny. He just sitting there laughing. This is when they was grilling Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook, using people's data and trying to influence them to vote one way or the other. They didn't have any power over him. They couldn't do anything to him. This is the part this is why I say I don't like all of that just showing and talking just to be talking. What you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? These are members of Congress who are just sitting there talking and doing this here, pointing fingers and, waving their pencils and stuff, but they're not doing anything about it. And trust you me, they could team up and do something about it if they really wanted to. But after the dog and pony show, they don't do anything. They just go ahead on about their business. Like, well, I'm going to give him a stern talking to and I point at him real hard and he's going to see my scowl on, I'm going to make my eyebrows touch. I'm going to be so mad. And he's going to know, never, ever, ever look at me directly in the eyes again when I'm talking to him. It's just a dog and pony show. That's the part I don't like about it at all. I don't like that at all. Nowadays, the U.S. politics is an absolute bad quality circus. It's a circus. It's nobody respects it. I mean, when I say nobody respects it, nobody respects it. The entire administration is a total disgrace. Why didn't he just respond with a simple yes or a simple no? Why didn't he just respond to the question? If he asked you about the president's mental health, if you really think that that it's a problem. He's heard other people talk about the president's mental health and be concerned about it. That's that is a reasonable concern, right? This is the commander-in-chief, the guy that's leading the whole country. It's a reasonable concern. His health is a reasonable concern. So if somebody asks about it, why you get so offended? Just go ahead and answer the question. If you just lie like you normally do and just say, I think the president is mentally fit to run this country, and what the president does on his spare time is his business. Yeah, well, if you have a problem with that, you take it up with the president. Whatever, man. But just answer the goddamn question. Stop all of that being evasive stuff. Stop running from the questions. Answer the question. Stop running. Show some resolve. Show some resolve. Show some patience. Show some civility. You guys are leading the country. The rest of us are watching you. Those who are too young to vote are watching you and saying, this is the country that I live in. This is my country. And those are my leaders. What are they thinking? But I guess that don't really matter, because it's all about power and influence. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.